Remember, you decide the fate of your characters. All of them can die. So, be careful.
Thank you, my dear. Well, hello again, everyone. My name is Kronos006, back with more of Detroit Become Human. Now, as you guys can obviously tell, I am loving this experience so far, as I'm trying to get as much of it done as I can. I'm also playing it with a good friend concurrently. Not the same friend as the one I mentioned, Danganronpa, but anyway. She doesn't like it when I talk about her on here. I don't think she watches. Good friend. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so there are some interesting things to be found in the extras.
Section. As you play, you'll unlock all kinds of content that you can find here.
Which is actually kind of worthwhile. A lot of times the extras in these games are just fodder for people like me who love unlockable stuff, but there's some cool things to be found. And this is one of them, and I thought this would be kind of fun to do. They give you a little survey.
Great. Let's start. Would you consider having a relationship with an android that looks like a human?
You can kind of answer this as you go, if you like. Put down in the comments below. That'd be fun. Let's see. Honestly, I'd say yes.
Do you think that technology could become a threat to mankind?
Important caveat to that first question. Not if it's programmable. Like if it has a true AI and can kind of think for itself. Like that wouldn't be cool if I was somehow able to program it and whatever. Question 2. Do you think that technology could become a threat to mankind? Oh, it already is.
If you had to live on a deserted island and could only bring one object, what would it be?
Now note that question. If you had to live on a deserted island. Like, you're not stranded on a deserted island. The book is the simplest answer. A cell phone, if you're stranded and you're trying to get out, assuming that you actually get signal, that's the correct answer. I would say pen and paper, honestly. I'd like to, obviously I do this channel and this show, so I'd like to track what's going on just so it can be read, be written down.
Do you consider yourself dependent on technology?
Yeah. Like, anybody who answers this question no, you're lying because you're playing this on a PS4 or you're watching this on the internet. Yes.
What technology do you most anticipate?
Brain-connected devices. Like, I know that may scare some people and freak some people out, but if I could put a computer chip in my brain to enhance my memory or enhance my response time, I'm all for that. Like, done.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Would you let an android take care of your children?
Now, in this case, I'm going to reverse kind of what I said in the first question. I'm going to say if I'm buying an android specifically for taking care of my children, number one, I wouldn't want it to do it all the time. Of course, for obvious reasons, because then they would attach to the android and not to me. But I'd say yes, as long as in this case I can program the android. Kind of give it parameters as to what it can and can't do.
How much time per day would you say you spend on an electronic device?
More than that. Much more than that. And if you have a cell phone and you ever use the internet on it, and you say less than that, you're deluding yourself.
If you needed emergency surgery, would you agree to be operated on by a machine?
Oh, absolutely. No human error.
Do you think one day machines could develop consciousness?
I do, and this is an interesting question to me, because I've always joked in the past about the second that computers figure out how to turn themselves on, without our help, we're all dead, which is pretty much the case, as far as I could tell, just because we're so dependent on them. Our modern day society, at least, you know, in Western society these days, I mean, I think it's inevitable. Well, maybe this is a weird question. Maybe it's asking me, are the machines as they currently are, will they ever somehow develop consciousness not on their own? Certainly not on their own, or it would have already happened. Or maybe it has happened. The internet is watching me! No, I'm just kidding. I mean, by themselves, no. But I think I'm thinking too hard on the question, so I'm just going to say yes. Alright, so let's see what other people said. Wow, 66% of people said yes on that one. Alright. I can see that. 72 said yes on that one. 29% said an instrument. That's interesting. I'm happy about that, even though mine was different. Yeah, 6% don't know. Who are you trying to kid? Who are you trying to kid? Well, I mean, you're playing a game about androids. People are gonna say androids. Flying cars. Wow. Well, we should have had them by 2015, right? Brain-connected devices was the second most popular choice. 47% of people said no. Although I do appreciate that 18% said, I don't know. I guess if this is global, that could be different, but most of Western society, as much as I'd say my generation and the next generation, the millennials that are coming up into power pretty soon, I would see why they would say no, but a lot of people believe in some kind of higher power. Now, I answered the question as in some kind of higher power, not like, you know, an old man with a white beard and a robe. Like, I don't think there's necessarily a anthropomorphic style or human style god being. God can be anything you want it to be. Like Atua. Just kidding. Would you let an android take care of your children? 49% said yes. Yep, I can see that. Well, at least people were honest. Except for 1%. Wow. 1%, 8% of people here are just flat out lying. Just flat out lying. 21% said 4 hours. I mean, if you that's hard to say, honestly. But a lot of people said more, which makes sense. Good. Okay, so 74% of people said yes on agreeing to be operated on by a machine. Because, come on. I mean, doctors are humans. Humans have nerves. Nerves could make hands shake, killing you, you know? You think one day machines could develop consciousness? Of course people are going to say yes. Alright, that makes sense. And we have a soundtrack. Ooh. Most of it's locked. That's interesting. Some of it's not. I'll have to look at that later. One thing is interesting here. The short movie Kara and the debut teaser. You get to see some of the trailers and like what they showed at E3 and stuff like that. I think that's sort of interesting. I'll look at that later. And then of course you've got your artwork, and you can also look at a gallery of unlockable characters if you've met them already. Like here's Clancy Brown, here's Connor, here's Kara. Anyway, you get the idea. I want to go back and play more of the game now. If I have one legit criticism for the game so far, it's that the chapters are awfully short. Maybe they'll get longer, but if they're going to have as many choices as they have, I can see why they're short. Because otherwise, if you wanted to go back and replay all of them, that would be kind of intimidating. They last maybe 15 minutes, I think. During the editing, I move things around sometimes, so I'm really not sure. But yeah, if I have a legit criticism of the game so far, it's that. Plus, the controls are a little wonky, but when they give you that much freedom of movement, with this kind of world, it's hard not to have that, so I don't really care about that. But yeah, so far I'm absolutely loving this. Boy, this is a long loading screen. They do this so that they don't have to spend a lot of time loading in the game, which I appreciate. If you're bored easily, you might not like that. Anyway. Organic coffee. So I guess we're back with Kara. I'm gonna go back and forth on calling her Kara and Kara. Sorry. But where are we gonna go now?
Thank you for using Detroit buses.
All right. End of the line.
End of the line, sweetheart.
End of the line.
Yeah, you're gonna have to leave.
I did not know that was a thing.
Wake up. We have to go.
Wake up! Wake up! Grab a bunch of pedal makeup! I guess as long as I've got the kid with me and they don't know who I am, they won't give me too much trouble.
Do you know if there's any other place we could spend the night?
I have no idea.
Sure you don't.
You're just gonna have to leave.
You drive a bus.
You gonna be okay? We'll find somewhere to spend the night.
I must get human child out of the rain. Boy,
Come on, Alice, we've gotta hurry.
I am really impressed that they've made this look this good. Now, I'm on a PS4 Pro, and my capture card does not allow me to do any more than 1080p 60 frames per second, because I wasn't going to buy a 4K card, because oh my god, expensive. But yeah, for my purposes, that wouldn't really be useful. It would have made my setup a whole lot easier for this, that's for darn sure. But let's see. Oh, I can walk now. That's awesome. I'm not confined by that anymore. Let's get some coffee. What? Oh. Won't open before morning. What the hell is a cafe for if it's not open 24 hours? Of course, I didn't see just how late it was.
It's warm in here. You'll feel better in no time.
Oh. Gotta steal her some clothes. But first, reading. Beeline to disaster. This is a real thing. I didn't know this, but bees are apparently going extinct. Or at least it seems like they are. Pollinating bees officially extinct. For decades, scientists and farmers foresaw the inevitable extinction of bee populations. Despite these warnings, the Global Institute for Endangered Species announced at their Washington AGM yesterday that wild bees are now officially extinct. Living specimens exist only in captivity. Bee numbers have been ravaged in recent decades by colony collapse disorder, where worker bees disappear, leaving hives which cannot feed themselves. I wonder if that's accurate. Biologists confirmed that CCD was accelerated by the overuse of pesticides in crops, parasites, and pollutions. Now, there are those who believe that without bees, like, all plants are gonna die. I think that's a little extreme, but, you know. Consequences of this catastrophe will be felt across the cotton industry, freshwater supplies, and most disturbingly, agriculture. Environmentalist Kathy Linda has stressed the breadth of the news. 1 in 3 mouthfuls of food we eat relies on pollination of some kind. The resulting famine will lead to millions of deaths worldwide. See, I think that's a little extreme. I mean, I hate to say it, but we can make pretty artificial food at this point. CyberLife, in cooperation with GIES, have come forward with plans on creating robotic bees. Some are pursuing non-robotic approaches, such as Detroit Urban Farms, currently experimenting with modified strains of bee produced in captivity. There is no guarantee that they will thrive. So, if they can make android birds, I don't see why they can't make android bees. Bees, oh god, not the... My husband got an android pregnant. Oh, great. We still have Rag magazine. 10 ways to please your man and keep him. How can I fail at turning a page? Time to face the music. Live concerts to make a comeback. For the younger generation, watching concerts in VR, that is a real thing. That is a real thing now. It has become the norm. And who wouldn't want to slip on a VR headset and enjoy the show from the best seat in the house? It's a cheap, safe, and no-hassle solution to watching your favorite performers, but live music is about to be de-revolutionized. Nina and Kosuke Music have launched a campaign to bring back old-school concerts with live audiences in front of performers in the flesh. Chuck Morrison, NKM spokesperson, explains, "The culture of going to live concerts is a thing of the past, but we want to bring that back. Real music is when it's vibrating through your soul, surrounded by people who are experiencing the same thing." Break the Wall will be one of the first bands to take the stage. Performing in front of a live audience and getting an immediate reaction will be mind-blowing. This is what music is supposed to be all about, says lead singer Baz Ruud. The hype, the applause, the screams, you just don't get that sitting on your sofa. If this proves a success, NKM's next step is to bring back music festivals, which should be music to fans' ears. I know I've talked about this before. As much as, like, I literally can't live without music. I love music. I love making it. I love singing. I don't like live concerts. I don't. First of all, way too many people. Second of all, way too loud. Third of all, I don't know what it is. I guess I'm just so used to perfect recordings of music from my generation, pretty much onward. Like, it's live never sounds as good as the actual album. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Unless it's, obviously, say you're traveling, like I went to Peru last October, you listen to some live performance there. We went to this really cool buffet, I cannot for the life of me remember the name, in downtown Cusco. And it was cool. It was amazing. I have to talk about this. It was so fun. I bought their album, and I used one of their songs in my my Zero Time Dilemma playthrough. It was the Pachamama song. I don't know if you guys remember that or if you watched it anyway. It was so fun. It was authentic food, and the place was huge. Like, it was absolutely packed. I think we went there on a Friday night or a Saturday night, if I recall. And it was this amazing sense of connection of people. First of all, I love Incan-style music with, like, panpipes and stuff. It's so cliche, but I don't know why, I just love it. I like Latino music in general, a lot of it. But, every table of people, obviously it was very touristy, some people wouldn't like it because of that, but every single table, you could take a flag that represented different countries, and you could put it on your table, and the band, who probably is a regular there, would literally go around the entire room, which was huge, and be like, hey, where you from, where you from, where you from, and people like Ireland, there were a bunch of people from Britain, there were a bunch of people from Australia, of all places, and there was a Canadian table, there was, like, close things like Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, stuff like that, and it was just, I don't know why, but it was just so fun. And I think I impressed them, because at first, they weren't coming to our table, which was, of course, the American table, and we had various people in our tour group, but And they hadn't talked about the United States yet, and I was like, come on, what about us? And they like, anybody else? Where else? And I shouted out in Spanish, Estados Unidos, which I believe is the Spanish way of saying United States, at least I hope. Anyway, enough blathering of me. I'm sure you're bored out of your mind by that. Let's get back to this. I like to travel. Sorry. Good times, fun stories. Well, isn't that poignant? I need your clothes, your headphones, and your boots. Are you awake? I don't think that guy's... No, he's not. Okay. Oop, clothes in here? No. I need some clothes. There we go.
What are you doing? They're not our clothes.
We need them, Alice. You need something warm, and I need to get rid of this uniform.
But that's stealing. We can't do that.
I want to steal them, but I'm not going to because I don't want to set a bad example.
You're right. We won't do it, okay?
I'm willing to bet most people... Yeah, see, I figured that would raise my relationship with Alice, too. I figure most people playing this are gonna steal the
Come on,
clothes,
let's go.
so at least I'll be different. We will definitely need to change clothes, though. That is for certain. Where else can I go here? Obviously the motel, but I'm kind of curious to explore. That is literally the motel, just pulled right from Heavy Rain. Like, it looks exactly like
A
it.
motel.
That's
Looks
funny.
like we found a place to stay.
I guess maybe I still have access to Todd's bank account? At least I hope so.
The line
Oh.
is green.
It kind of changes by itself. That's cool. There's another one over here. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing, Alice? Come here. What are you doing? What? Return to Alice. What the hell? Why is she over there? How dare you walk away from me, human child?
Alice, you're freezing cold.
I'm okay. I'm not so cold.
You look lost.
Oh, Jesus.
We have nowhere to go.
I know someone who can help you.
But that's on the other side of town. We need a place for tonight. Come on, Alice.
Are you gonna stay with me this time?
Thank you for using Detroit buses.
I mean, it looks like we can get some food here. That's kind of important.
Look, the store is still open. Maybe we should go inside. At least you'll be out of the cold.
CyberLife Zoo in Detroit opened its gates to the first visitors today following a grand inauguration. Hundreds of species.
Whoa, this isn't just a convenience store. Yeah, she looks kind of hungry. Cookies. You guys want some cookies? I'm not gonna give her cookies. She needs nutrition. I like to think I'd make a good parent, because I do want kids someday. Oh, I can't can't take a weapon? I guess that would make me stick out a little bit. Really? You won't let me buy anything else? Alright, Alice, looks like you get to eat cookies for dinner. Best parent ever! Yes, yeah. Not gonna let me do anything? Okay. Guess I gotta talk to the cashier here. Even though I think this is a terrible idea.
What do you want?
I'm with a little girl, and we have nowhere to go. Could you spare some money so we can get a room for tonight?
Shit. A homeless android? Ah, that's the best yet. Look, this is a convenience store, not the Salvation Army, okay? You better go if you're not gonna buy anything.
Nah. I have the gun. I could. I doubt I'm supposed to come back here. Nope. Yes! Low prices. I can't do that. I just can't. Because it isn't even that I have too many moral qualms in this situation. Qualms? Way to speak, Kronos. It's... that would make us really stick out. Like, we'd be caught almost immediately. I kind of feel like that's where we're gonna end up. So let's go to the motel first. I really gotta hand it to them. I was starting to talk about this earlier, but I know this is on the PS4 Pro, but my god, this looks beautiful. It's amazing how many times in my life as a gamer I've gotten to the point where I think, okay, graphics literally cannot get any better than this. We peaked, you know? And yet they always do. Once again, I have no money, so I don't think this is going to work.
We're not going in?
We have to find $40 and get rid of this uniform. Or go somewhere else.
Get $40, find clothes. Uh-oh, he's gonna notice me if we don't get out of here. Alright. Can I go in the drugstore? No.
The light is red. Please, do not attempt to cross.
Yeah, I don't have time to wait.
An abandoned house. At least we'd be out of the rain.
Kara, I don't like this place.
I know. But it's just for one night, and no one will look for us here.
A wire cutter. Oh, come on! Oh, you're gonna make me do bad things, aren't you? The longer I spend out here, she's gonna get sick, probably. it appears we're gonna have to sleep in the car.
It looks abandoned. Stand back, Alice.
This will be some shelter for the night, at least. But
It's dry inside,
we are...
and nobody will find us here.
I'm not so sure of
I wanna
that.
sleep in there. Can't we find a better place?
We're better off staying, Alice. The important thing is for us to be safe. And it's just for tonight.
I'd rather do this than steal, honestly. Oh, come on! You would have been more mad at me if we'd stolen, and you know it. Convenient blanket!
Why didn't he ever love me? Why was he always so upset with me?
Because he was on drugs.
All I wanted was a life like other girls. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I wasn't good enough. That's why he was always so angry. I just wanted us to be a family. I just wanted him to love me. Why can't we just be happy?
I don't know, Alice.
You'll never leave me, right? Promise you'll never go.
I promise.
Will we be together forever?
Forever.
Do I really believe that? Of course not, but the kid needs to hear it now. I know I didn't talk a lot there. Wow, 25%. I didn't talk a lot there, and I was just kind of blabbing about random stuff, but it's tough to make jokes constantly in these games because they're so serious, they're so emotional. Man, oh man, Ashevitz, look at this. Alright. I'll let you guys pause the video and look at the choices. Oh, he was a trash collector. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought he was just a figment of my android imagination. Yeah, there's a lot of options here. Boy, oh boy, this is going to take some serious replay. Only 26% did that? Wow. Only 24% made the promise. Jeez. %49 broke into it. Only 26% stayed, though. This is really cool. I'm really enjoying this.